Jesus. Calm down, dude. You just embarrassed me.
Come on, let's go.
What are you doing?
Play some video games. Come on.
You know, I don't like calling this a video game.
What do you mean? This is a video game.
It's, you know, it just feels...
It's video and you're playing a game.
I feel like it needs a rebrand.
As?
How about a... I don't know, it's just like video game, you know, like video game, it has like this, like, I feel like it has a bad rap.
It does, yes.
And like, that's something, like, they need a rebrand, you know? I mean, this is a story, this is problem solving, this is...
Interactive media?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, this is more than, it's not... Pong.
Let's make... This is not like Pong.
Like, that's a video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is...
Like, if you can kill time in, like, a subway,
Yeah.
that's a video game.
Yeah.
This is something else.
I got it. This is... art.
Well, yes.
Art. There we go.
It is art, for absolutely.
That's just...
But, like, listen, I mean, you know, we call movies, or films, cinema, all these proper terms, right?
Yeah.
You go, you know... paint, you know, whatever, books, novels, novellas, epic sagas.
Yeah.
It's very proper, right?
Yeah.
And music, you got
tunes,
you know, bops and doo-wops and bangers and you know, it's like music is respected. And video, it's like video game. That's so shitty. I think we call them, you know, plays.
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 Ooh. Voomies.
Voomies?
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I mean, how does video game become like a pub trivia for what they used to be called, but also is like referential on what the new name is?
Yeah.
See what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like I think we should call them Vexes.
Vexes.
Video experiences. We call them Vexes.
Oh my god. I
But
mean,
people don't know it's video experiences. Like, you know, I bought this new Vex. Like, I'm into Vex.
that just, it sounds like, you know, a Tesla product.
A Vex. Great. That's what we're working with.
I guess that would like sell well, you know.
Yeah. I think we call it a Vex, you know.
Right.
I'm a Vexer.
We'll play some Vexes, you know.
Just saying. Webster, culture, the human race, Vexes.
Human race.
Video games.
Listen.
Come on.
Human race. You have a line, by the way.
All right. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Well, here goes nothing. I reach my right hand up. My right hand. I gotta state that, you know, because it's important. Up and push against the hatch, because I'm missing my left hand. And the hatch opened up with ease, and so I got like a Luke Skywalker hand, actually. Looks like we're back.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
Can't exactly would say it was safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
So, now what do we do? Glad I didn't die, of course, but if the Mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
Wait, that's...
However...
Why is she so quiet?
She's so... Is she quiet?
Yeah, it's like she's like you can barely hear for me. Like she said, however, sound like she said it, whispered it across the room. Same for you?
Oh, really? No.
Oh, okay. If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
You heard that correctly?
No, still really quiet.
Really?
I don't know why. Like, oh.
Did I fix it?
Sounds different. Definitely sounds different now than it did before.
Okay, alright. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
Oh, yeah, completely different. Now it's loud again.
Okay.
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
It was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little... No. Super uneasy about this. But, we don't really have a choice, dude. Do we? Don't we?
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. I mean, seriously, the mastermind could only be Hiro.
It could only be you.
I mean, that's the only person that could be like that's left that would be like a surprise if they were the mastermind.
Okay.
Well now,
Hey!
well now.
It's me, Hiro! Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? Exactly how I thought he would react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. Now I gotta push you again! And this time I won't leave anything to chance! Kyoko!
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What? Oh, fuck!
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened, and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your previous execution machinery.
Precious.
And your precious... Yeah.
Here you go.
You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
That means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well,
Then you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that! What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence!
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some sort of kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me of in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
One-
One final battle between hope and despair.
If they look at a little bit of time, you know? Jesus Christ, man.
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept this challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It gave me fucking flashbacks to Bubsy, dude. It would certainly be big for one. How do you have a climax?
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms.
Fuck.
Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown! You agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the longer way to climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
For this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's pawed around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Now let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win! But if you can't do all that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? It's part of the regulations? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began. All those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Why did it go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking! I got nothing left to say to you! Don't get lost, will ya? Why so mad?
He seems emotionally unstable.
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh my god, I didn't realize you had such a beautiful voice.
Makoto's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. What Makoto said is that the mastermind is one of the 16 students. Right?
Damn.
I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed.
Okay, so just to be clear.
Epic win! Yo! It's such a fucking... That's
Why is Mukuro not the mastermind?
Because she's dead.
And we know the mastermind's still alive because... Why?
Okay, I'll tell you this now. But this was implied before. Because Monokuma is still alive. Because
The mastermind controls Monokuma.
the mastermind controls Monokuma, yeah.
So, but they all have an alibi.
They do, yeah.
Except for Kyoko. But we know Kyoko didn't
And
do
Makoto,
it.
yeah.
And Makoto. But we know Makoto and Kyoko didn't do it.
Well,
But
we'll investigate right now, so you gotta you answer.
dude, I swear to God, if it is Hifumi, if he really is still alive, it's the greatest pool in the history. I
would think it would be in the history, you know. That one person that like predicted like the World Series winners like before the season started, and like how many games it would win the World Series in, you know, fuck that guy, you know. All right, who cares about that guy? Who cares about like the Astros guy that like predicted that they would win the World Series in 2017? Who gives a shit about him? What you did right here, all right? This is the fucking prediction of the century.
This is,
right?
dude, this is more impressive. There's more variables.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
plus this,
you don't even know these
happen.
characters, right? You don't even know them.
Don't know them.
No.
I don't know their stats. I don't know their history. I don't know their ownership.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Dude, if it's Hifumi, I mean this. I'm gonna shit myself.
and I'll get that on camera. And I'll eat that shit.
It has to be someone who's already dead. I think it has to be. And the fishiest one is Hifumi. It's the weirdest one.
Yeah. Okay, alright. He is the weirdest character. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us.
Yeah, true.
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal.
But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept.
Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said.
So, when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right?
Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
Oh, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
Reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show.
They wanted to show the world?
They wanted to show the.
Ah, yeah.
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that.
Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the student of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept.
You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the and other ultimate despair.
What? They wanted to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous!
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
But is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it.
And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer.
But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer.
And when that fact was exposed on live
we're on the same
TV
page.
to the entire outside world,
Finish each
the
other's
mastermind
sandwiches.
had to have accepted your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations.
But all that was a hunch, right? And he was still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up.
Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet.
She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief.
To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time.
I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment you decided to go talk to him.
Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy.
Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, even though I'm tired and yawning, we can't relax just yet.
And that was a sleaze, you know. I didn't even faze me, you know. I'm fucking yawning even after all that, you know. What would take to get my adrenaline pumping right now, you know? Probably if you stab me. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, that always works. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this game,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing.
You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on.
True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind.
Work together with everyone?
however,
Is that really possible?
Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. What is Hero? Hero is the ultimate...
Clairvoyant.
What?
Clairvoyant.
Clairvoyance.
And suddenly, we were greeted with bunch of dead bodies. You again. Is he broken?
Phew.
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit.
61. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about.
Good, but let a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. It smells like a wet dog.
Get away, shoo!
And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Yeah, because these aren't even your friends.
Yo,
We've only been hanging out for like 3 weeks now. My God,
Yeah,
my
but
best friends. You think that Makoto had any friends before school? Come on.
true.
Yeah. Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Ew. Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. It saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have to access new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. But there weren't any new areas. Then where could we go to find new clues?
Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, every way you could be rotten.
So I was floating around in garbage for a while.
The smell is so smelly.
Smelly smell.
Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win.
Seems happy for some reason.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? Is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all.
I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of it doing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did
You
you say?
spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy, like just, you know,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why...
I don't know, the cat's going crazy.
Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
The mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast
Wait,
again.
the cat's right there. What the hell is going on back there?
Your jacket? Your coat or whatever? It is your coat.
Oh shit.
Fucking idiot.
Dude, that freaked me out. The cat came out, I was like, what the hell's going on?
Alright.
It's making so... Oh. It's just making an absurd amount of noise because I left my phone in here.
Ah. They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later.
So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery. But we've been looking all around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Everyone!
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master.
I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
In other words, one
Interesting.
decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty freaking tall order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all the mysteries.
I'm not so sure about that.
Huh?
I
Can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone.
Can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his.
And... Hey, one of you is the mastermind.
I see.
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Did he? That's the same thing, actually. I think Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in other
If the mastermind
words,
really is the one who killed Mukuro, as who's that? Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised his scene like that.
in other
But
words,
according to Monokuma, the only people who had set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game.
And the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Did I continue, or do you get it now? Say the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
Can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility.
And that is one possibility we can't ignore.
Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible.
But if one of us was the mastermind, they have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. The baby Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still! Di don ping pong!
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
You're lying.
I know. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of
At this point, I can only rely only on myself. On the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. I've no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well done. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall.
Master. He didn't take me with him.
You blame him?
Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye.
With that, Kyoko trudged out of the dining hall. And now that she's gone, you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Which just leaves Makoto, Ina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a
Wait, how come?
How about
Just
that?
wait and see! I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity!
Yeah.
Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
but
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
because
But
I mean,
up till now, I haven't been really all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto. It's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've been mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us.
I think I see what you mean. Doing our investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we could get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school.
We visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto,
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary.
With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste here either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I will begin the final investigation.
In the next episode.
Episode of Monokuma. Monokuma Plays. Of Danganronpa. That's what the game's called. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of the upload, which is
Every single day.
goodbye.